Hey there, I'm Lauren, owner of Soap Witch Crafts, aka the Soap Witch, and it is time for styling with the Soap Witch. So today I'm doing the maximum hydration method and doing a wash and go. Here are the products that I will be using. I'm doing a pre-poo with the oil, then I will wash that out with the shampoo bar. I will deep condition. In there somewhere I will be doing an ACV rinse, but I don't actually have that as a product, so it's not listed. And then I will wash and go with gel and the curly concoction styling cream. What a mouthful. All right, so here I am just in the raw, and this is like day 5, 6, 17 hair, and so I'm going to do my pre-poo with the Acute Anointing Hair Oil. It is one of my favorites. It's a wonderful, thick, luscious oil. And so I like to section my hair off into 4 parts. And then I moisten it some. It doesn't have to be drenched like the way I do a wash and go. But I do get my spray bottle. And I apply a liberal amount of water, but again, it doesn't have to be drenched. I like it to be nicely moistened. And then I just go to town and a bunch of oils. So you don't actually see me just turn the bottle up because it's just kind of hard and awkward to do all that. And then after I apply the desired amount of oil, I put that hair up in a Bantu knot. You don't have to do a Bantu knot. You can just twist it. You can just twist the parts up and wrap them around if you want to. Let me just add that this part is actually not a step in the maximum hydration method. This is me just veering off into my own little detour here. But sometimes I just like to add this additional step in the pre-poo. So the first step actually in the maximum hydration method is the Cherry Lola Treatment. You create this yourself, which includes Greek yogurt, amino acids, honey, I think baking soda. I don't know. Anyway, it's got all those ingredients. Oh yeah, here I found it. Greek yogurt, baking soda, looks like apple cider vinegar, coconut amino acids or regular, honey, unsulfured molasses, overripe plantain banana, avocado, 1 egg, optional. Look, all I'm saying is ain't nobody got time. I didn't have time. Maybe somebody else had time, but it wasn't me. So I ain't do that step. You're not gonna see me do that step here. If you want to try that step, that'd be great. I'll list it, in some comments somewhere under this video if you want to try that step. But I did not. So anyway, I wanted to pre-poo, and that's what I did. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this here, and we're gonna continue on. Alright, as you'll notice, as I do my pre-poo and add an ungodly amount of oil, I think I might have gone overboard with the oil this time, but whatever, waste not, want not. Anywho, I also do some detangling. So typically, I mostly do the finger detangle to make sure I get oil throughout every strand of hair. Let me get my words out, please. Okay. So I moisten the hair, and I just use my hands to get the water through the hair as much as possible. And then as I apply the oil, I usually will finger detangle, and that's to make sure I get as much oil through that hair, every strand as possible. So I want it all to be, nice and coated, perfectly so. Okay, so it's all in Bantu knots. And then at this point, I'm actually supposed to put on a plastic shower cap, which I do get around to. Okay, and then I tie this cute but unfortunately ineffective scarf on my head. I've since switched scarves. And then I put a bonnet on top of that. I think I switched the order around the next time I did this when I bought a new, more effective scarf. Okay, so here, I know the night passed really quickly, But so I put that on, I don't know, sometime on Saturday, and then I slept with it like that. I don't add any extra heat with my high porosity hair. I don't need it. But you do you. Okay, so in the morning when it's time to do my hair, I take it all down and then I wash it all out. So this is the second wash, I think. I did one wash. Sometimes if I get it lathered good enough, well enough, whatever. I only have to do one wash, but this time I did a second wash, and so that's what you're seeing here. And so the wash is done with none other than Charming Charcoal, and it's like my favorite. It does so well. I just get foam everywhere, but it's so much fun. Like, I have so much fun playing in it, you know, because like who wouldn't? So anyway, it looks like I washed my hair for way less time than I really did. But that's because it's in fast forward times 4. So anyway, at the end of the wash, I usually like to play in my hair and turn myself like into a little who and act a fool with the foam. Okay, so here in this bottle is half ACV, half water. And I am just taking it, and I coated everything, my hair, scalp, everything. Got it into my eyes maybe 2 or 3 times to even, because you know, like, did you really do a good job if you didn't get it in your eye? Anyway, so I literally coated all of my hair and scalp with it. I used about half the bottle before I decided I was done, and then I rinsed it out. So here you'll see me with the deep conditioning hair mask in, and what had happened was when I had rinsed the ACV mixed out, I had thought that I had got out of the shower and pushed the record button. I pushed the record button. My stupid phone just didn't start recording. Anywho, so that's why you didn't see me actually applying it and showing you the container like I had intended to. So this is Twilight Tempest I have in my hair. That's the deep conditioning hair mask, my miracle worker, my love, one of my most favorite products ever. And so I've applied it thoroughly. I apply a liberal amount, and then I go through with finger detangling. And so that's what we're gonna do here, and then we're just gonna move right along. So as I'm going to come to the end here of this lovely detangling session, which at some point just becomes gratuitously me just playing in my hair, really. That's just what I'm doing. Okay, so I usually separate it out and like braid it or twist it or something to get it out the way. And that's how much hair I lost, which wasn't much. So yeah, I usually get it out the way. I like to leave it in my hair for like 15, maybe 20 minutes. Again, with my high porosity hair, have mercy. With my high porosity hair, I don't add extra heat, and I don't really need to leave it in there extra long. It just doesn't require that, so I don't do that. So I have rinsed it out. Gosh, my hair's gotten really long. It's like much more obvious when I watch it in a video. Anywho, so at this point I am going to apply the clay mask, which also was not listed in the initial this is the products I use slide because it is not something that I have offered currently on the website yet. This one doesn't have any fragrance, which I kind of regret it, so it smells like straight ACV, really strong. Okay, and so basically you just take bentonite clay, You mix it with ACV until you get the consistency you would like, which is somewhere in the vicinity of yogurty. You can add some oils. I added oils. I added extra virgin olive oil and I want to say castor oil. And then you apply super liberally. Like, you're applying a relaxer. And but only I don't use a brush because that's not really necessary. So you want your hair to be wet at this point when you're doing that. And you just go through. I did sections. Some people do really teeny tiny sections. Look, I am not teeny tiny section girl. That is not gonna happen. So what I did was I just went through and applied a lot to each section, and then I massaged it into my strands thoroughly to make sure every bit was covered. And you can just really see, like, holy cow, how it is just defining my curls. Like, whose hair is that? Oh my goodness. So you're probably thinking I'm some kind of weirdo because I started in the front but not the back. But really, in my mind, I was just doing it in the same pattern that I do my wash and goes. And the reason I start my wash and goes in the front typically is that because the hair in the front is really high porosity. And so I try to catch it when it's as wet as possible, which is just as I get out of the shower, because it starts drying immediately. Like, it's not an exaggeration. Not an exaggeration. So that's how I usually do this kind of thing. And so in my mind, that's just what I did. So you can start wherever you want. Back, middle. Okay, I don't really suggest that. But that's the reason I actually started in the front. Just, to make it make sense. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to apply this clay mask to the last bit of hair, the last section of hair. And it was like so much fun. I'm just saying, like, I kind of felt like I was playing in mud, like a small child. And of course that would appeal to me. If you knew me at all, you would totally understand. Anyway, so it was kind of fun. Feel like I was putting mud all in my hair. It's not really what it is. Don't get like freaked out because I said that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I'm not taking it out though. Anyway, so I did a little finger detangling when I added the clay mask in, but you don't have to. It's not like something they insist on or recommend. I just tend to do that because I like to make sure my hair gets coated and whatever it is that I'm applying it to. So it is all done. I have managed to get the clay mask all throughout my hair, and I was just kind of wild with how I looked with the clay mask in there. I'm like, so what is it gonna look like when I wash it out? This is what it looked like. I had to slow it down for y'all. Do you not see? Look at my face. I'm like, whose hair is this for real, y'all? Like, okay, but for real, it has never in the history of everdom looked like this after I have rinsed my hair out. Like, not never. Okay, like who? I just need a second. Okay, so anywho, that's what it looked like after I rinsed out the clay mask, which is basically the last step in the maximum hydration method. And at this point, I am just going to proceed with styling. And so with styling, I've done a wash and go here. And so I am using my styling cream. And then on top of that, I am using the aloe vera hair gel. And that's what I'm going to do to each of the 4 sections until it's done. know I had to put on the glasses because I could not see a thing. I mean, I could see something, but you know, it's rough. It's rough out here for a girl that needs glasses. Okay, so anyway, on to this last section of doing this wash and go. And you know, the wash and go will just become my thing. It's like 15 minutes, you know, of actual styling. And y'all know how I feel about spending a whole bunch of time styling. Not having it. Okay, so anyway, the next time I did a wash and go, I actually did it in the shower. It was really kind of rough trying to film in there. And the lighting isn't as good, but you know, I wanted to try it because I've seen people have amazing results with doing their wash and go directly in the shower. And so my next one, that's how it's gonna be. And anyway, so I'm gonna finish this last section up, and I make sure I just massage everything in my hair as thoroughly as possible. Try to avoid, you know, having, you know, too much product, you know, just sitting on top of the hair. It's not always easy to avoid, but you know, I do my best. So anyway, so I finished applying all the product, and there we go, final results. So overall, I like how it turned out, especially in the back, but that's you know, that's where my easy hair is. My difficult hair is in the front. We're gonna get there. Anyway, even my kind of difficult section is just right there. Turned out pretty well. It looks pretty full and mostly defined, so I'm gonna take it. Maximum hydration and then wash and go for the win. So thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. I'll see you later.